What's up, Night Vision Gang? We're back with another episode 4. Today we got Deion Sanders, Colorado's Wild Take. We got LSU Portal Hall that we're gonna go over and discuss. Dabo, Swinney, and Clemson, a weird situation with the portal resolving them. Darian Mensah and Miami drama. We're gonna preview the Super Bowl. And we're also gonna talk about Giannis and the Bucks trade rumors at the end of the show. Let's get started. Let's get straight into it. Let's talk about Deion Sanders and the Colorado. Did you see everything that's going on? Like what he did?
Like all of the
All the
discipline, I
fines?
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're late to practice, it's a $500 fine. If it's a no-show, it's a $2,500 fine. Late to meeting or film, $400. No show to meeting or film, $2,000. No show to like treatment is $1,000. No show to conditioning is a $1,500 fine. But like you get it, like, oh my bad. So like basically, it's like I think all colleges should like follow that. Like they want to like get paid like professionals. They want to act like professionals. I feel like that should be a result. Getting treated like NFL players. I mean, you're getting paid like NFL players. You might as well act like NFL players because it's like, let's say a guy misses a workout, misses practice. Like I hear some guys are late to practice. It's like the NFL, they're not going to put up with it. So like, if you're not getting paid, I mean, if you're getting paid in college and you miss practice workouts, they really can't do nothing to you because they're paying you so much money. Like, let's say, for example, Carson Beck at Miami this year, they was paying him like rumored $4 million. If he missed workouts or like was late to a workout or a meeting, what were they going to do to
Right.
him? Like they're paying him $4 billion. It's like if you don't have any incentives in these contracts, I mean, I just feel like this is the best way to do it. Like I feel like a lot of colleges should follow this. What do you think about that?
I mean, yeah. Especially if you're trying to build a culture for real. Because I mean, Dion, like we know how he is, like in a good way. Like we know how he is. It's like this is definitely on brand for him, and I feel like if you're going to go play for him, like those are kind of things that you should expect. Because once you get into the NFL, these are kind of things you'd expect when you make out all those big bucks. Got to fork over a little bit if you want to be a little bit lazy. You got to earn your money. It's a sport that asks a lot out of you, but I mean, you still got to earn your money. So I understand it, and if anything, I feel like that'll be to their betterment. It'll weed out the people that ain't about it for real, and it'll keep the people that are locked in.
I know I started playing college football right when NIL got introduced, but you shouldn't have to find players for them that have to even come to meetings or workouts. Like,
I mean, ideally, yeah.
yeah, like you would just think like, okay, I'm on a full ride scholarship. I'm here. I'm trying to put on for my city, for my family. Why am I showing up late doing this, and that? Like, I played with tons of guys. Like, I've seen guys walk in meetings late, this, and that, but they weren't getting paid millions of dollars. If they did that, they were getting running after practice, doing crazy stuff. You might see somebody, if it keeps adding up, they'll probably get kicked off the team, but you would just think it was the principle. I'm not going to be late. Like you would just think now it's like a lot of people get paid so much money. It's like they feel like they're above the world at times.
Yeah, and I guess I get it in the sense, especially if you're that young, seeing money you ain't never seen before. But like, I don't know. I feel like if you're committed to something like that, something like sports, that should be like a high priority thing on your mind. And trust me, I understand. As a normal person who didn't play sports in college and like went to like my job or whatever, like even them paying me, uh, it's not a necessarily like 100% incentive for me to show up on time. Not every day, at least. There's some days where I'm not feeling it. There's some days where I slip up and that happens. Maybe I gotta like take a detour somewhere or something like that. But I mean, if it was for something like that, especially with that kind of money, that's just speaking from my perspective at least. With that kind of money, if I'm making like top college quarterback money, I'm there early. I'm there early and leaving late.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how you should be to begin with. But like, I'm there early, leaving late every day. No hesitation.
And I know in the NFL they get fined way more than this, so it's really like a slap on the wrist. Like
Right.
not doing them too bad. If like we're being completely honest, Like $500 being late to practice. NFL, you don't.
Man,
You might be getting paid fine $10K, $15K, and higher. Like he's really giving them a slap on the wrist. If I'm being completely honest.
man, and then one of them is like the max was like 5,000, like
Mm-hmm.
five band. Look, I don't
For
have 5 bands in my bank account.
for a
If I
public
gotta find
misconduct.
5 bands, oh nah, that's
Yeah.
too much. I'm like, whoa, like even the threat of that, I'm like, all right, I'm there.
A
And
lot
I
of
guess that's
fans
what it's for, and that's probably what it's gonna do. Yeah.
a lot of fans were mad about this. Like they were like, no, no, like, but I feel like it's totally fine. I'll
At
sit
that
right
point,
with it.
it's like, where's this money going?
Mm-hmm.
Surely, like, it's not like Deion's about to pocket this or anything, but like,
Yeah.
where's the money gonna go in this scenario? Is there like a way for them to earn it back? Maybe like a back end incentive, like if you do this, this,
I
and that,
doubt
then we'll give it back.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Probably not. So it's
Yeah.
like that's my only real question as an outsider. It's like let's say Deion finds someone 2 bands. Where's that going?
They're
Like who's
probably the check that they get that next month. They'll probably just not give them 2,000 of
just
it.
right?
Yeah, instead of them paying them, they probably won't give them like their next check. That
But
comes.
still, it's like
I have
what
to
the school's
guess.
just gonna keep the money at that point.
I guess that's
It's
why I
like
had to
sure,
guess.
whatever, but I mean, depending on the school, they already got a lot of money to begin with.
I
Unless it's gonna
guarantee
go to like,
Colorado.
I mean, yeah. I
I
was just gonna
guarantee.
say, like, if it's like circulating back into it and like helping like the school life or whatever, then sure, fine. But you sure Colorado got what?
Like I was gonna say, I'm sure Colorado isn't the only school to do this. It's
I
probably just the
mean,
first school to go public because of how much media is around them.
mm,
But I feel like they're definitely not the first school to do it. But they're probably the first school to go public with it. Yeah.
because surely like Lane Kiffin and LSU's doing similar. You'd have to guess like there's some sort of like punishment game for these like top schools with these top coaches trying to set this culture.
LSU has a loaded portal class.
Man,
They signed the number one quarterback in the portal in Sam Levitt. They signed the number one offensive tackle in Jordan Seaton. And excuse me if I pronounce Prince well. Unemi. I'm not even gonna try to do the rest. But he's the number
Uman,
one edge.
I'm
So he's
looking at
gonna
it.
be,
Uman Milan,
yeah. He has a brother in the
Uman
NFL too
Milan.
that plays for the Carolina Panthers. And
Oh, you should know that then. How you not know how to say his
yeah.
name? Come on now.
And they had another linebacker from Ole Miss from Alabama, TJ Daughtery. So I mean they've got a loaded portal class, and I mean they got more than just that. Winston Watkins from Ole Miss. I mean they got a straight haul. I
That's
mean
the
that was
effect,
one of the
man.
things Ole Miss was very concerned about him sticking around for the playoffs because they felt like he was going to tamper with their roster. They even got a former 5-star quarterback, Houston Longstreet, who was a freshman this year. He's going to be the backup at LSU.
Hmm.
So he's a 5-star. He was a freshman last year. He's going to be the backup quarterback, sort of like Dante Moore was with Dylan Gabriel. So that's going to be very interesting. They even got Eugene Wilson from Florida, Jace Brown from Kansas State. Like they got some different difference makers in the portal, and they even have like key guys coming back, like Harlem Berry, the running back, Caden Durham, the running back, Whit Weeks, the linebacker. Like it's not like it's a full on rebuild. Like they're stacked with talent at LSU.
How you think they're gonna be this season with all that talent? You think all everything on paper is gonna add up? Another natty or like?
Let's look at their schedule. I mean, I think they have I don't know if it's championship or bust. Like this isn't like a cakewalk schedule. So like they play Clemson. I think that'll be a win. I don't think Clemson's the same Clemson. They play La Tech. That should be a win. At Ole Miss, that's gonna be
At
serious.
Ole Miss?
I
Oh
see
my
College Game
days.
Day being there. I see that's gonna be a big one.
Mm-hmm.
They play Texas A&M, Marcel Reed, Mario Craver. I mean, they're gonna be experienced. They play our school at McNeese State. I would assume that'll be a win. At Kentucky with a new head coach, that should be a win. Mississippi State should be a win. At Auburn won't be a cakewalk in that stadium. Alabama, I would pick Alabama early right now. Texas is going to be stacked with Arch Manning, Cam Coleman, and all the running backs they got from the portal. and Colin Simmons at the DN. At Tennessee, it'll be tricky, but I think at Arkansas will win. After I say it out loud, it's not that bad. I think if they go 10-2, 9-3, they should be in. I think the games you circle are Clemson, Ole Miss, Alabama, and Texas. And they get Alabama at home. They get Texas at home.
Yeah.
They get Texas A&M at home. They do go to Auburn at Ole Miss, but that's not a horrible schedule from what I thought it was. After I really said it out loud, I did forget they have to go to Arkansas at the end of the season, but I'm not really counting that as a game that LSU fans should panic about.
Right. They could really go undefeated.
So what do you think expectations should be year one for Lane Kiffin?
Like I just said, on paper, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, okay, they low-key could go undefeated. And then that alone makes me be like, I guess it is championship or bust. It kind of has to be.
Yeah.
Because just like all of this talk about it all the Lane Kiffin stocks going up, this recruiting class he got coming in, all the people that stayed that you mentioned, then you look at the schedule, the biggest threat is that 3-game stretch with at least to me, the 3-game stretch between Auburn, Bama, Texas.
Yeah.
I feel like if they get through those, they're chilling.
Yeah.
And then Ole Miss, I guess the Ole Miss game, just because the storyline, I feel like people maybe they'll go at it a little bit. The Ole Miss players a little bit more tougher, hitting a little bit harder, something like that.
Especially a trend that Chambliss gets his waiver to play next year. Another thing, LSU signed the number 1 transfer class and the number 11 high school class. So if you combine both of them, overall, out of all the teams, they had the number 1 combined transfer and high school class. So they had the number 1 class, everything combined, on 247, depending on where you look, of course.
And that's huge, especially later in the season. Once people they start getting hurt.
Yeah,
having that kind of depth is crazy.
Yeah. They also sound like 10 receivers from the portal. Mm-hmm. You would see some guys in the comments do they know they're not going to play? But you never know because Ole Miss, they signed Trinidad Chambliss last year from Fair State. Everybody thought he was going to be the backup. And now next year, if he comes back, he'll probably be the Heisman favorite. And Keywan Lacey, the running back from Missouri that transferred to Ole Miss, he had maybe 100, 200 yards at Missouri and came to Ole Miss and was All-American running back. Mm-hmm. So, Lane Kiffin is going to find a way. I don't think Sam Levitt is the best quarterback in the portal, in my opinion. But I think in Lane Kiffin's offense, every quarterback looks good.
Who do you think would be better?
I like Byron Brown that went to Auburn. And then I would probably put him around the same tier as Sorsby. Yeah, I think he's up there with Sorsby. Have you had a chance to look at all the portal quarterbacks?
Not too much, but I know of the 2 you mentioned, and I get it. So, I don't know. I'm high on Levitt.
The only thing with Levitt is injury concerns.
Right.
But the guy from North Texas that went to Oklahoma State, Drew Mestamaker, he's gonna be a dude too. And another guy that we're gonna talk about later, Darian Mensah, who's going to Miami. He's another difference maker. We'll talk about him a little later. But it really depends on if LSU can control that stretch. Not to drop a game at Auburn, because here's the thing. They go to at Auburn. On paper, you would think they'll win that game. But are they looking ahead to Alabama the next week and Texas that next week? That's a tough stretch at Auburn, Alabama, Texas.
That's specifically them being at Auburn is what throws me off a little bit.
I feel like if they can win at Ole Miss and Texas A&M and Clemson early, they get a little more leeway at the end to lose some games. But
yeah, that Clemson game is going to be huge. That's kind of going to be determine how they go about it, in my opinion. That and the Ole Miss game, if they can get those 2 for sure.
I think I got a bold statement.
Which is?
I think LSU's going to dog walk Clemson.
Dog walk? That'd be hype. I'm not going to lie.
In Baton Rouge. Clemson starting a new quarterback. Christopher Vizina. I just think LSU is going to dog walk Clemson.
Dog walk.
They
What's
lost.
dog walk look like?
Um,
What's that point differential?
35-14, 35-7, 42-17. Like I
Who do you
think
think's gonna put up a better fight, McNeese or Clemson?
Clemson. And I will say this: I think Lane Kiffin, because look at this, it's going to be week 1. I think Lane Kiffin will make a statement in week 1. Yeah, and Clemson just got to be the team that beat her.
This is how it is.
Yeah, but while we're on Clemson, though, you know what we got to talk about. So Clemson had a linebacker that was on campus, Luke Farrell. He was a linebacker. He started classes, and he texted Farrell. I mean, Pete Golden from Ole Miss texts Farrell, I know you're signed, but what is your buyout? So basically, Dabo Swinney went back and forth with the agent, Farrell's agent, and was like, can we have the text messages so we can turn Ole Miss in? And Ole Miss said Ole Miss just kept tampering with him. And Dabo said, can I just have a text message to turn him in? And Luke Farrell's agent told Dabo, give us $1 million more dollars, or raise our paycheck this much, and we'll give you the screenshot to turn Ole Miss in. And Dabo and them said, no, we're not doing that. So Ole Miss gives Farrell an extra $1 million. And I don't blame Farrell. Farrell said, I'm going to Oxford. I'm going to So the coaches at Clemson, they come to Farrell's dorm or apartment, and they see Farrell getting in the truck. He said, I'm going to Ole Miss. He says, I just need to clear my head right now. And the Rebels GM told Clemson that he wanted no part in this, but Pete Golden just does what he does. So Dabo's going to turn Ole Miss in. But what's crazy is I don't think nothing's going to happen. I mean, Dabo, Swinney, and Clemson, they're not used to the portal. They wanted to do it traditionally. So they're really just getting their feet wet in the portal. But what's crazy is I don't think nothing's going to happen. I mean, sad to say, I think everybody tampers. Like, I think there's a coach on every roster that takes players to get in the portal. I know this personally because I know players get texts from other coaches. So I don't really think nothing's going to come of it.
You don't think it being like over the table is going to make any difference?
I don't think nothing's going to happen.
Well, I guess it's not over the table, but it got got put on the table.
Publicly blasted them.
Yeah.
But I applaud Dabo for that. I mean, that's bold. I don't know. I don't really see nothing happening.
With that kind of like precedent that would be set in this theoretical world where nothing happens, like, do you think that changes anything?
It's going to get worse. But when Dabo turns them in, and if something actually does happen and they like start to implement more rules, or like make an example out of Ole Miss, that's when you would see something happen. Like, let's say Ole Miss has to they can't play in the playoffs this year because or they lose scholarships or something of that magnitude. That's the only way that somebody would stop tampering. I mean, I don't think if I can tamper and get away with it, you publicly blast me, and the NCAA does nothing about it, I'm going to keep doing it.
I mean, yeah.
You're a little kid, you stealing cookies from the top of the refrigerator. Your parents see you do it. You know you can't do it, but your parents see you do it. They just look at you and laugh.
Yeah.
You're going to do it again the next day.
It's like, it's funny? I bet.
Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, unless you get a punishment, unless you go, your parents take you in there and whoop you, you're going to keep doing it. I mean, and I don't blame them. I don't blame the kid either. I mean, you get generational money. It's not his fault. The rules are the way they are.
Right.
I mean, I think that's why we need a commissioner. Like, thinking about, like, tampering, like, and everything that's going on. Like, did you see about the stuff at Miami?
With Bro Mensah?
Yeah. So Miami tampered to get Darian Mensah in the portal. So this is their package. They're going to terminate his contract at Duke, so like pay the buyout. So all this takes around $10 million to make this move happen. They're going to provide him with a courtyard housing. They're going to give him an Adidas deal, and a campaign. They were even going to give his sister a full ride in NIL. She plays soccer at Oregon right now. And then, so Duke comes out. They said, we're suing him. Like, you signed a contract with us. Because basically after the season, Darian Mensah, he signed a contract with Duke to return there for next season.
Right.
And Duke said, we're going to take him to court because you signed an agreement with us. Like if somebody signs a contract, you should be able to honor that contract.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's no rules in place. So I mean, all he has to really do is unroll or get in the portal. And who says he has to honor that contract with no rules in place? So this will end up happening. They just got a settlement, and now he's committed to Miami. What's your thoughts on that? I'm finna fix something real quick.
Shout out sister, man. That's so crazy that they even like brought her into this.
Yeah, they did. It's crazy.
I guess it worked, but it's like, dang, that's like I mean, it's not like it's hurting her or anything, but like even just on like I'm a brother, right? Like I got a sister. If I played, my sister played, and they talking about your sister gonna get paid too, yeah,
the whole family gets
like let's go, like that's all I needed to hear. So it's like that alone, but then it's like all these other things, the little bonuses, all the money, and like we were talking about the last dude, like I don't blame nobody for going through this. If you're a student athlete, man, get that bag. Like yeah, like them colleges got enough money. They keep raising the tuitions everywhere. They got something to work with.
And like I was sort of hinting at with somebody I was talking to off the camera. Miami was in the national championship game with Carson Beck. No disrespect to Carson Beck, but Darian Mensah is a guy that can take your team to the next level, a game changer at quarterback. Carson Beck's more of a game manager. So once you have a guy like Darian Mensah, it's somebody who can get you over that hump. It's somebody who can get out the pocket, make plays. He's not a statue back there in the pocket. No disrespect to Carson Beck, but I just think Darian Mensah, he can take the Canes to the next level.
And they were right there too.
Yeah.
They were really like one drive away. It was just
last drive.
Underthrown ball.
Mm-hmm. And they're gonna have Fletcher, their running back. They're gonna have Malachi Tony on the outside back. Like he has some weapons to work with. So I mean, it's a smart move for him. I think it'll definitely help his game and improve. But it's just another like example of how bad the system is.
Now that I think about it, I guess they could like throwing sister into it. I feel like that's easy to like do. It'd have to be like a separate thing, right?
Yeah.
Like negotiating with her and like figuring it all out. And then like the Adidas deal, like once you get that ball rolling, like
yeah, it's
how do you even get that to begin with? Like I know like they got connections or whatever, but like it's interesting.
It's just so many aspects of it. Like who can turn that down?
Right.
If I get an Adidas deal, and let's say a courtyard house, and my sister gets all of this NIL, she gets to play soccer in Miami. Like it's so many aspects. My parents have to travel to Oregon to do.
Yeah, because that's huge too. That's across the country, like,
Mm-hmm.
and they play like at the same time. So having them both right there, like, it seems like a no-brainer. Like that's a crazy like bargain chip. That's like such a cheater bargain chip. Just that alone, I keep getting hung up on that because it's like, dang.
I'll tell you another
thing. That'd get like everybody.
I'll tell you another thing.
Sister.
One more thing though, and we're gonna move on. If you're Darian Mensah, and you got that settlement, what's gonna stop players from in the future saying, "I signed a contract, but oh well, I can still get in the portal. It doesn't really matter."
All that about precedence, it's like
it's like
if them contracts mean nothing, if they just be bought out and it's just like chill, then like, And then if they try to like make the contracts more structured and try to like have it like no, like you can't get bought out or anything, like that's gonna change the dynamics of these negotiations a lot. So I'm curious to see how it goes, like in the future. See if a similar situation pops up.
It definitely will.
Oh, for sure.
Like with you, we just seen one at Clemson.
Right.
Now this, so let's pivot. Who you like in the Super Bowl?
Who I like in the Super Bowl?
Got the Patriots. We got the Seahawks. I mean, I remember when I was a little kid, they gave the ball to Marshawn. I mean, they're at the 1 yard line. I'm saying they finna get the ball to Marshawn Lynch. Like,
right.
They're finna win it. Russell drop back interception. Malcolm Butler. I've never heard of him again, but I know him because of that play interception.
That's Malcolm Butler slander.
And you see Richard Sherman on the sideline saying, "What the?"
That's so crazy. To this day, I can't fathom it. I think they're gonna get their run back on it though.
I like the Seahawks too. I feel like the Patriots have maybe had some cupcakes. I mean, I don't really know if they've really been tested. You get Jared Stidham a backup with the Broncos, who played the whole second half in horrible conditions. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, you could have threw any quarterback out there in them conditions. I mean, I don't know if you would have got a better result. I mean, he played solid in the first quarter, made a beautiful throw, and then Sean Payton got down there. I mean, you could have went up 10-0. He went for it on fourth down, and maybe that could have cost him the game. And the kicker missed 2 field goals for Denver. So, I mean, then they played the Texans the week before that. CJ Stroud throws 4 interceptions. So, I mean, it's really like, are the Patriots really legit? Their defense stepped up
in the Super Bowl
versus Denver. I mean,
I was gonna say Super Bowl for a reason. Like
their defense looked real good the last 2 weeks. I still like the Seahawks though. I was
about to say. It's like we say all that and we're gassing them up, but then it's like you look back, it's like CJ Stroud, and who's been having like a didn't really have much to work with, like on his team, bad O-line. His main targets are all hurt. And then you play the Broncos, playing their backup quarterback, and it starts snowing in the second half, like hard. Man. So at that point, it's kind of just like, all right, now all the momentum's killed. Now we got to play completely differently, going up against it. And then you're playing against Sean Payton, doing Sean Payton things, love him to death, but you know how it is.
I just wish you would have took that field goal. You got your backup, go up 10-0. I feel like you're right there. But
2020, I guess. I will say, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
What's the jerseys you think? Because me personally, if they could both wear their throwbacks, I think that'd be super lit.
You talking about the Seahawks, what, green jerseys?
With like the old logo on it, on the helmet, and then the Patriots with the red. Man, that'd be hard. I wish they would do that. They probably won't, but I wish they would.
Yeah, it'll probably just be traditional, normal.
Or even like their like them jerseys they wore one time. I forgot what they call that series, but you know what I'm talking about. The AFC East and NFC West
Color Rush.
Yeah, the equivalent of that this year. I don't remember what it's called.
I do know what you're talking about. Not the
rival jerseys. Yeah. They should wear those. I think the Patriots and Seahawks ones are kind of close though. So
I will say this: Sam Darnold started his career in New York Jets. He was a first-round pick. Everybody wrote him off. I mean, he went to Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers fan barely knew he was there. He went to San Fran to be a backup. Then he goes to Minnesota. He tears it up. Everybody thought it was a fluke. Minnesota said, we're going to roll with J.J. McCarthy. Horrible decision. Everybody's criticizing that move. Now Sam Darnold's in the Super Bowl. I mean, I just feel like that's why you can't write off a guy. Like, if you draft a first-round quarterback, do you have the talent in place for him to be ready to be inserted? Because sometimes you have to look at guys like a Patrick Mahomes that got to sit for a year and be behind an Alex Smith. And, I mean, look what it did for his career, like his development. Right. Jordan Love was behind Aaron Rodgers. Like, look what it is, like, being behind a guy that did it and, like, letting him wait, like, not throwing him into the wolves week 1. I mean, I just feel like development, like, you never can stop getting developed in the NFL. Like Sam
Right.
Darnold went to 4 NFL teams. Now on the 5th one, he's in the Super Bowl, and he's a reason why. I mean, it's not like he's a game manager back there, and he's just like
He's making plays.
Yeah, he's a guy. I'm not saying he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, but I definitely think he's one of the reasons they're in the Super Bowl.
Of course, because I mean, you don't make the Super Bowl with like mid quarterback play. Like you make the Super Bowl with good quarterback play, and good is like good. Like good is the money he's getting paid. Good is the appearance in the probable championship. That's gonna be his second. Actually, he got his first one as a backup, or he appeared as a backup. I lie. He ain't got one. But and in that draft class too, he's the first one to get into one Super Bowl, nonetheless 2. So it's like I don't know, these project quarterbacks that they rush out. That's I don't know. It's a testament to quarterback development in the league. Really, you gotta let them sit and chill out, get it acclimated, and go from there. In my opinion,
Yeah,
because we see how it works out. The Sam Darnolds, the Baker Mayfields.
I think I'm gonna take the Seahawks.
I think Seahawks probably good. I'm gonna say 2 touchdowns, but I don't know what the final score would be.
I don't know if they're gonna win that convincingly, but I do think I like the Seahawks. Like I could, if I had to bet my life on it, I like the Seahawks. They're 4.5 favorite, so not a touchdown favorite, not an overwhelming favorite, but I could see the Seahawks winning.
See, I'm also just a hater because I got tired of seeing the Chiefs every other year, and then now we back to seeing the Patriots. I was seeing the Patriots all the time 10 years ago.
Like Warriors and the Cavs?
Yeah, no, literally. But at least like whenever they would do it, like I had my disdain only for the Warriors.
That was peak basketball.
Nah,
they were getting to the mid-range. They were playing defense.
I don't disagree.
Games that were like 90 to 89. Yeah. They weren't chucking threes. That was peak basketball. Like LeBron and KD going at it in the finals.
Man.
Like that was peak basketball. You had DeMar DeRozan getting to the midi, Kawhi getting to the midi. That was peak basketball. I'm telling you.
I want to agree with you.
Hasn't felt the same.
But you know what teams I cheer for, so it's so hard for me to agree with you.
With the Rockets?
Man.
Why? Because the Rockets chuck up like 33 games back then. Mike D'Antoni. I never forget
that's exactly why
the Rockets.
Yes.
I never forget I was watching the Rockets and the Warriors game. I think it was game 7. They went 1 of 30 from 3, or maybe 0 for 30.
They made some, and they made some that got taken back. Man, you're gonna get me on a tangent if we start talking about that game.
Yeah,
James Harden got fouled so many times. Eric Gordon was getting fouled. Nobody else could make a shot. They would have Trevor Ariza would be wide open in the corner missing. PJ Tucker wide open in the corner missing. I'm like, bro. Luke Mbah Mute missing. I was like, man, why everybody suck? Like, put me on the court.
Thinking about basketball though, you know what I'm scared of?
There's a lot of things to be scared of.
That we're gonna record this episode and then a Shams note he's gonna just come through. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been traded.
Well, okay. As long as the turnaround is quick enough, maybe we could beat him.
A lot of people want the Houston Rockets to get him.
They'd have to give up so much.
And they said they would, like Kendrick Perkins said on First Take this morning. He said, "Why don't they trade Sengun?" I did not like that decision. They said, "Why don't they trade Sengun, throw in a pick, and get Giannis, and go all in with Giannis and KD?" But I seen your Rockets this morning. Steven Adams is out for the rest of the season. I don't know if you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
They have Fred VanVleet out. So it's like the Rockets are going to – I think the Rockets are making a move by trade deadline. I feel
like they have to.
I don't know how bold it'll be. It might just be a here and there trade. But
it really just depends on like their timeline. Because that's the thing with Giannis. Because you're going to have to like gut your team a little bit to get Giannis, like prime Giannis. He's like a little bit over 30, like not even that much over 30 years old, still in his prime.
Let's remember this too.
League MVP candidate, like every year. He could be a defensive player of the year candidate every year. Like this Giannis, like, you know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to give up a lot, and then to get him acclimated into the system, because that's not a foolproof thing. you're gonna have to adjust to him, and
He's
then
hurt right now.
pray that by the playoff time, like he's a little bit familiar with your style. Because like when Luka got traded mid-season, and he didn't really acclimate to the Lakers too hard until like maybe the end ish, and then more so like once you get into off season and go through all that, that's usually whenever like it starts like it's more easy to like make those kind of big trades. So I don't know. I don't even know like where he'd go if he got traded at the deadline. Obviously to a contender. If he goes to Houston, I don't know who they'd give up. I feel like a lot of teams value a lot of the guys, and the teams that would get him, there's only so many that could like get him and then still have stuff going on and also keep their identity. The worst part is, in my mind, I feel like the Thunder are like the number one contenders for this. I know they're like a dark horse. Yeah, they got so much. They got so much opportunity too. The only issue
is going after Giannis.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only issue is like the contracts at that point, because you got Shea, Chet, J-Dub contracts, and then Giannis contract too. I mean, they're gonna win the ring if they do it. Like you're gonna win.
Wait, let me say this. I just got notification. The Spurs are not a landing spot for Giannis.
Yeah, people talk about the Spurs too because they wanted like him with Wemby so bad, but I feel like that's not like Spurs-y.
That would be spooky.
That would be crazy, but I don't think that's Spursy.
Okay, but let's not forget Giannis has had in the last 19 months he's had four calf injuries.
Yeah.
Calf strains. So that's nothing to like not even look at, because you know the next thing after calf injury, Halliburton, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard, it's an Achilles.
Yeah.
And a guy that relies on athleticism like Giannis, getting to the rim like he does, playing defense, jumping around, dunking. I mean, that's a thing that could really alter his career. Mm-hmm. So and it's another thing for the Bucks. Like, if you don't trade him at the deadline, you hold on to the end of the season, he comes back and get hurt. There's no trading Giannis and getting a huge haul no more. Mm-hmm. It's more like trading Giannis and getting some picks maybe, or trading or keeping on to Giannis because he has no value. At 30 with an Achilles injury, I mean, there's nothing you can do with that. But like a team, if you gut your roster, Giannis comes to you and gets hurt, you really have to monitor that situation. You have to make sure he's ready to go, not rush him on the court. If you trade for him, it's not for this year. It has to be for next year and beyond, because you can't rush him back to the court. Like, you've seen what happened to Kevin Durant. You've seen what happened to Halliburton. You don't want him to tear his Achilles and then your next 2-3 seasons are a wash. Right. And you've wasted all these assets to get him. Mm-hmm. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You have to make sure he's healthy.
I'm trying to think. If the Spurs don't get him, because people were talking about that, and the Rockets, the Warriors. I mean, yeah, I could see the Warriors doing it, but I mean, who would they give up? Who you think? What do you think's fair?
This is the report that just came out.
Like the Warriors or the Knicks?
Warriors have the most attractive package to offer to the Bucks for Giannis. So the Bucks, I guess, they would want Jimmy Butler. I don't know. They would want Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga. And the Warriors say they would offer them a lot of draft capital. So, I mean, I guess they would get Jimmy Butler, dump his contract for cap space, or move him somewhere else and get more picks. Or they're definitely going to keep Jonathan Kuminga.
Right.
But Jimmy Butler, I feel like, would be more of a dump off to get rid of him, do stuff with financial reasons.
Oops. Who would want Jimmy?
I don't know who would want Jimmy. But that's what I read. Jimmy Butler, Jonathan Kuminga, maybe Moses Moody, and picks. And they said the Bucks, I mean, that they like it. So
only 3 players and some picks.
And I heard maybe they could keep Moody. So
dang.
I don't know.
If that's all they asking for Giannis, man, Houston better make that trade. Yeah, man. Dorian Finney-Smith, Fred VanVleet. They can take Aaron Holiday if they want. I'll even give up Josh Okogie.
You're gonna have to give up Torrey Eason. You're gonna have to give up.
I didn't want to say his name because I don't want to give him up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give up a Torrey Eason, picks, and if not giving up
no matter what,
you're gonna have to swap Sengun and Giannis and maybe a pick.
But then there's no way they're moving.
And there's no way. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
Not with the calf strains and all that. Like, no. because I can see it now. They trade Sengun to Milwaukee, give him a pick. You get Giannis and he gets hurt. How mad Houston fans will be? Oh my goodness.
That's what I feared about KD whenever they traded for him. Because imagine he gets hurt. Knock on fucking wood. Oh my god. If he gets hurt, I feel like people are gonna be like, all right, now, like we did all this, and our point guard got hurt. Now KD hurt, and then Steven Adams got hurt too. It's like, okay,
it was sort of.
I guess it's not our year, you know. Like at this point, I wouldn't even feel too bad. But if it was like early on, yeah,
that's what happened with Phoenix. They traded for Kevin Durant. They traded Mikal Bridges. They traded a lot to get Kevin.
They gave up a lot. That's their issue. And they gave up a lot to get KD. That was post injury. That's the thing. Because let's say even Giannis gets hurt, like I feel like that doesn't hurt his value that much no more. Because the KD haul was like still pretty decent.
KD's game is different than Giannis though. KD can score from the level of the floor.
Giannis is very like reliant. Yeah,
jumping. KD can get you a bucket from anywhere on the floor, and
true,
it's not gonna really affect his game. So
but, I mean, you don't think
Giannis is more of a concern.
You would assume that even like let's say theoretically Giannis gets hurt, you wouldn't think that he would like expand his game. Like he used to shoot threes. He could probably relearn that. Like keep a more balanced game. Because that's usually what happens post like these kind of injuries, especially if you rely a lot on like going in. Like you notice like all these athletic players, they start to get better at shooting just so they can open up easier for like if they do drive.
I say when you're 30, that is really like who you are. Yeah, like by the time you're 30, you come in the league at maybe 18 to 21. By the time you're 30, that is who you are, in my opinion. I could be proved wrong. I know Paul George was very athletic when he broke his leg. He came back and expanded his game a little. I don't really think an Achilles is going to affect Halliburton that much because he's so much of a playmaker type of point guard.
Yeah. He's like a quarterback for a
first point guard either. So I don't know if it'll affect Halliburton. And another thing is the medicine now is so it's so much better. The medicine's so much better, therapy. So like you see guys come back from ACLs and Achilles, and they're really not the same. Another thing, the Bucks, I think they have New Orleans picks. So if they trade Giannis, it's not attractive to them also to get a big time star in return, like a Sengun, or let's say they wanted I'm just throwing out an example. Let's say they threw them to Boston and they got Derek White and guys like that. It's not appealing to them to get good stuff in return because they want to tank because they had the Pelicans pick for this year. And I think it maybe could be the number 1 pick overall. So, or like top 4.
I swore on everything Atlanta had that pick, but I could be tripping.
Something in that realm that I heard earlier that they can end up with a top 4 pick if they keep tanking. So if they got rid of Giannis, it's not appealing to them to keep winning.
I swore. I thought New Orleans had Milwaukee's pick because I remember seeing something from Boot Crew Media. They were talking about
I've seen that too.
Maybe I think it was a swap. It was a swap. That's why I'm thinking of it. Right. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. All right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I had to like double check real quick, but yeah, they got a swap. It was on the Drew Holiday trade.
Okay, that makes sense now.
And then they swapped the 24 pick, and then the Bucks got AJ Johnson this year. And then they swapped next year pick with the trade that I think got Steven Adams to the Pelicans that 1 year in 2021, I think it was.
But basically, at the
they swapped the next 2 years. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. So it basically they need the Pelicans to do them a favor. Like they have to like I don't know exactly. They need the Pelicans to keep losing. I think it might be protected. It might not.
Wait, no, it's a 27 pick. It's a 27 pick
for this year.
No, because they don't got no first round picks this year. I'm pretty sure.
I can just look it up.
Because that was the whole reason why people were tripping about the Derek Queen trade. Because they were like, because they gave that pick to Atlanta along with it was like an
I
unprotected.
know the New Orleans does.
I know New Orleans don't got their own pick.
Yeah, I know
I know that much.
they traded theirs to Atlanta.
I know Atlanta's got theirs, and I know it's like the first pick right now, or at least they got the highest odds. Why are you looking that up? Do you think they're ever going to change that?
What's
The
that?
lottery system?
I hope so. I hope they change it.
What would you want to see?
The worst team gets the number
Just
one
gets
pick.
it no matter what.
I feel like it's rigged. Because
low-key is.
Luka Doncic to get AD, injury-prone AD. They don't even get Austin Reeves or nothing, and they end up getting
the first pick.
Pick.
That's the second time an AD trade
they didn't
have
a
that
horrible record. The year before that, they was in the finals. Like it makes no sense. Like why?
Whenever the Pelicans traded AD, they got Zion right after.
Like why does it have to be up for speculation? Why can't you just say the worst team in NBA? I don't care about tanking at the end of the season. You're the worst
that's
team.
What they're trying to stop. That's the
You're the worst team in the NBA and the number one pick. I'm sorry. It makes no sense why we're doing a lottery where it just feels controlled. It's like it's not like we're playing real bad. Like it feels like you're controlling who goes where. That's what makes fans think it's rigged.
You don't think even they should just like limit the teams, like maybe like just the top 4 or something like that, top 3?
Maybe. I mean, the NFL doesn't have a huge problem with it, and they tank at the end of the season.
But I feel like every NFL team, it's like they're not trying to tank going into week 1, but then by like 4, especially if you see like injuries start piling up, you're like, oh, okay, all right. Or not like 4, maybe like let's say like 7 or 8. Or like their bye week, give or take.
And you actually still see NBA teams tanking, which is wild. Like you still see teams tanking.
And it's crazy this year too, because all like the worst teams, like the Wizards got Trae Young now. He hasn't played for them yet, but like
I don't think
they got Trae Young now. So it's like you could tank, I guess, but like Trae Young's a winning player, so you're probably not going to lose as much. Like you're probably going to get more wins than if you didn't have him. The Pelicans. I don't think they're trying to tank, especially because they don't have their pick, but they keep losing like all these close games. They really are better than the record. And then like the Jazz are better than their record. I'm trying to think of like all these teams that are near the bottom. The Hornets were near the bottom for a while, but then they started getting a winning streak, and they have a good squad. They're better than their record. So I don't think the NBA really even got like a tanking issue like that for real. Brooklyn just drafted 5 guys, traded for Michael Porter Jr., and then like they're like they can sneak in the play-in low key. Everyone can sneak in the play-in low key. I feel like the play-in helps with the tanking a lot.
Okay, so here's the exact thing. In 2026, the Milwaukee Bucks and New Orleans Pelicans are involved in a draft pick swap, where Milwaukee will receive the less favorable of their own first-round pick, and New Orleans' own 2026 pick. The Pelicans essentially control the better odds of the 2 picks in the draft. The Bucks hold the remaining selection. The Pelicans hold the right to swap their first-round pick with Milwaukee taking the better pick. So more context, this scene's from the 2020 trade for Drew Holiday. We saw the Pelicans acquire multiple picks and feature swaps.
I was about to say, I knew that trade is culminated now somehow. I just didn't
remember
how.
Do not control this year's pick. They don't control it.
Right. I just know Pelicans got they're kind of preying on the Bucks' downfall. Just because of like the pick swap situation.
I still don't.
But I feel like Milwaukee wouldn't try to be losing. I feel like the fans would hate that. Because Giannis is like a Curry type, like loyalist. The fans love him, like the whole dynasty. I wouldn't say Milwaukee had a dynasty per se, but the whole like era.
Close.
The whole era is defined by him. You trade him, that's huge. You trade him, and that's like
that situation is done.
That's like some like Dallas Luka levels of like, whoa. Like, sure, whatever. If Giannis is like, okay, I don't want this, which I think is how it was.
He did win them a championship.
Yeah, like he made their franchise relevant for real. And he like came out the mud. He was like a mid first round pick playing above his expectations, really, like way above him. he could retire right now. He's in the Hall of Fame, but it's like it's you got to respect these kind of players like that. And I feel like that's kind of like the ultimate admission that you can't, and that'd be killing me. So I don't know how the fans would even react to it.
I think it's definitely run its course. I don't know if he'll be traded by the deadline. It's really heating up right now as we speak.
And we say it's like every year too. It's been every year for the past like 3 seasons.
Yeah, and it's like you hear it now. You're like, you sort of get fatigued of it. You're like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So like, worst case scenario, you think it might happen in the summer, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened by next Thursday. But I do think though, like, if you knew deep down in your mind you were gonna get a trade, this has been going on for like 2-3 years. Why wait now? Why not do this 2 years ago? He might have another championship to his name. Why wait so long until you're 30? Like that was the thing with Damian Lillard. If you're gonna request a trade from Portland, like it was a thing every year, everybody would be like, Dame, get out of Portland, get out of Portland, get out of Portland. And you keep waiting, you can't play at a high level forever. By the time Dame got to the Bucks, he wasn't washed by any means. He wasn't a bad player, but he was definitely older. That's why you could see the calf strains, the Achilles injury. So it's like if you're gonna get out of a situation, do it while you're healthy, do it while you're young and while you're jumping around. Like Giannis is 30, it feels like Giannis is like 27, but you gotta remember the first couple of years he was in the league, he had to develop. You like them viral pictures of when he was like real skinny, sort of like Jokic, like how different Jokic look.
Man, I remember playing 2K13 with baby Giannis. I joined the Bucks on my career. Bro, dude was mad skinny, shooting threes. I was like, dang. Mind you, this was in like 2016. By that point, he started becoming like the Giannis that we know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, man, he don't play like that at all. That's really crazy. Like his expectations coming into the league and how he is, who he is now. Yeah. I get why he wanted to wait because I mean, a team like takes a chance on you, and then you you shoot for the moon and you land on the moon for real. Like, I would give them a little bit of grace too, but and then Milwaukee's definitely gonna ask high. It's not like Giannis's value isn't low, especially like out of respect for him. That's probably the only way they would undersell him. If he's like, I really want to go to the Knicks. I really want to go to the Heat. I really want to go to the Timberwolves.
The Knicks situation is interesting because they have a chance to get to the finals without Giannis.
Right.
That's where he wants to go. But if you're the Knicks, you got to give him Cat, Bridges, or OG Anunoby, or Cat?
I was going to say it's not even about Michael and OG. It's about like Cat. You're gonna have to get rid of Cat.
You know, there's some places I read they'd have to give up Cat and maybe OG or Cat and Mikal.
Dang.
And pick. So it's like, okay, hold on now. I'm not gonna trade you Cat and Mikal to get Giannis. The
spacing's crazy right there. Like,
and we're already gelling, like how they gel, like how close they are. Bridges, Brunson, all the Villanova guys, Josh Hart. Like, I mean, I don't know if I would want to break that up. Cat can shoot, OG can shoot, Mikal can shoot, Brunson can shoot, Josh Hart can shoot.
McBride,
off the bench. I mean, do I really want to break up what I got? I mean,
but then you don't want to have no bench because then it's just going to be the same problem as last year where you're overplaying and then you get to the playoffs and they're tired and you can tell and they're losing because of it. Because their bench is really good now, or at least on paper, like
New York,
Jordan Clarkson's and stuff like that. Like those are huge, and then you probably have to give that up if you're not giving up like one of your two starters or two of your starters, not even just one of your two.
Yeah,
you would have to give up two of your starters. And they got it. I mean, Mitchell Robinson could play center, or Giannis could play center, I guess. But Mitchell Robinson's like the best offensive rebounder in the league. It's not like they would be like up the creek without a paddle if Giannis is like your guy. But
if I'm New York, I'm not doing it. Like we got something special. Jason Tatum's not Jason Tate. Like he's not in Boston right now. He could play this year, but he's not healthy. Who knows if he'll be the Jason Tatum he is when he comes back. Tyrese Halliburton probably won't be back this year. I'm not gonna break up my team right now. I can't do it.
You think they got the best odds? Like, let's say going to the off season. You feel like you're gonna go there?
Who, like, if it rolls all the way to the offseason?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it depends on how the Knicks season ends. I mean, Detroit's real good. I mean, it's really rooting for the Knicks to lose. If you're a Knicks fan and you really want Giannis, you're rooting for the Knicks to lose. The Knicks get to the finals and win. They're not doing that trade. It makes no sense.
Right. Exactly.
If the Knicks get to the finals and lose, like in 5 games, then you rediscuss and say, are we a Giannis away?
Well,
Or
you
if you
know,
get to the conference finals and get embarrassed.
now that I think about it, they could probably still win and it would still like be on the table. Just because it just depends on how they win, really.
Yeah, it's
It
like
depends on how they win.
if you
Not even
beat the
necessarily
Thunder,
like. I mean, shoot.
they're not doing that.
Not even necessarily like the game count, like kind of win or who they beat. Just like how they do it. Like, are they shooting good? Are they they bully ball? Like, is it like Knicks basketball? Or do they have to reinvent themselves at some point? And if they had to reinvent themselves, is it a thing that Giannis could like help with? Is that something we want to continue further? But I mean, I don't know. I guess we'll see. It's not like a champion doesn't make moves or like a finalist doesn't make moves. They didn't trade for him, but like the Warriors getting KD after having the best regular season ever and then losing game 7, like he did nothing but add to them. And trading for Giannis is you're gonna take away some, but as long as you add to like the strengths, then
Antonio, how can everybody check out everything you have going on?
still Antonio talk, you know what I'm saying? Got some things cooking up. Had a little edit I actually finished right before we started recording. I'm gonna probably come out with that tomorrow or the day this comes out.
Okay. Well, thank you guys. If you're rocking with the podcast, like and subscribe, and we're out, man. Appreciate y'all.